vigilantes justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
It's more musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know. You can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. But it can't take your love it. Crime stop right here for us. Bring the sector to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you not talking, I mean you check. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop in Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop in Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us. The people bringing safety to your door. Stop it crime and make it peace for them before. Stop Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us. It's more musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands, call your authority. Let it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must take it, I mean you check. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us. Kudega pigo, awaga ngome. Babalale, lale, babalale. Anuwa babalale, lale, babalale. Moment, and I got more mean, never got to Hey! Hello, 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 Supply a ligne, c'est pas pour vous. Supply a ligne, c'est pas pour vous. Sabla Kapao, Sapa Kutato, Sabla Kapao, Sapa Kutato. Hello, 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 hello. The program moment, and I got more mean, never got to Hey! Hello, hello,
The country of Liberia, the land of liberty. I remember as a young boy in Kenya that in those early days, if you wanted to lead Africa, you had to come to Liberia. If you asked the Nigerians, their own Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was here. If you asked the Ghanaians, their own Diosajefo, Kwame Nkrumah was here. If you asked the Guineans, their own Ahmed Sékou Touré was here. If you asked the people of Guinea-Bissau, their own Amilcar Cabral Abiljasi was here. There is a sense in which Liberia was the fountain from which all leaders drank, and the mother's milk of African independence and revolution was consumed by those leaders in this very historic city of Monrovia. So we must never forget this country, this Monrovia became the political homage for those leaders. I've already said and I repeat it again, the Diosajefo Kwame Nkrumah was here. I've said it and I repeat it again, Nnamdi Azikiwe was here. I say it and I repeat it, Haile Selassie was here. I say it and I repeat it, Ahmed Sékou Touré was here. Modibo Keita was here. Shaka Stephens was here. They were all here. David Dako was here. They were here. Patrice Emery Lumumba was here. Because because this is where you drank the fountain of freedom. The reason why we have to remind ourselves of this history is because history teaches us that if you do not have a sense of history, you cannot have a sense of the future. The country of Liberia, the land of liberty. I remember as a young boy in Kenya that in those early days, if you wanted to lead Africa, you had to come to Liberia. If you asked the Nigerians, their own Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was here. If you asked the Ghanaians, their own Diosajefo Kwame Nkrumah was here. If you ask the Guineans, their own Ahmed Sekou Touré was here. If you ask the people of Guinea-Bissau, their own Amilcar Cabral Abeljasi was here. There is a sense in which Liberia was the fountain from which all leaders drank, and the mother's milk of African independence and revolution was consumed by those leaders in this very historic city of Monrovia. So we must never forget this country, this Monrovia, became the political image for those leaders. I've already said it and I repeat it again. The Diosajefo Kwame Nkrumah was here. I've said it and I repeat it again. Nnamdi Azikiwe was here. I say it and I repeat it. Haile Selassie was here. I say it and I repeat it. Ahmed Sekou Touré was here. Modibo Keita was here. Shaka Stephens was here. They were all here. David Dako was here. They were here. Patrice Emery Lumumba was here. Because this is where you drank the fountain of freedom. The reason why we have to remind ourselves of this history is because history teaches us that if you do not have a sense of history, you cannot have a sense of the future.
Please follow Monrovia Insight for more. So this research document produced by the United States, particularly the Department of State, if you go through the document, it gives a nice story that I think you might want to listen to regarding this Liberia Guinea border issue. So you may all know, long time ago, before Liberia and Guinea had clear borders, people were trying to figure out where one country ends and where the other country begins. So Liberia started in 1822 when free slaves from America came and settled in a place we now call Monrovia. That's in our history in Liberia that we should know. So over time, more settlements joined together. After 1822, more settlements joined together. And in 1847, Liberia became its own country. As the years passed, Liberia slowly grew from coast into interior lands. So at the same time, France were also taking control of lands in West Africa. They created a place called French Guinea, which is now called Guinea. France was organizing its territories and setting up governments to control them. Because both Liberia and French Guinea were growing, they needed to agree on a boundary so they would not fight over land. So in 1892, they drew lines on the map to separate their lands. But those lines were just straight lines on paper, and it was hard to match them to real places like rivers, villages, and mountains. So later in 1907, they changed their minds. They said it was too difficult to use imaginary lands. So they decided to use real things like rivers and land features to mark the boundary. This made it easier for people to understand where the border was. But this new agreement also made a big change. A large piece of land that used to belong to Liberia was given to French Guinea, which is now called Guinea, stretching all the way toward the Nima Mountains. Now, they then described the new boundary carefully. First, it will follow the left side bank of the Makona River from Sierra Leone side. Then it will leave the river and draw a line going southeast. This line will pass near villages, making sure some villages stay on one side and the other on the other. Then it will continue to the source of another river called the Nuan River or Nuan River. Later in 1911, another agreement was made to make the boundary even clearer. Teams from Liberia and France worked together to walk along the land, measure it, and place markers to show the exact border. These markers help people see where the boundary was on the ground. Even after that, there were still some disagreements, especially in places like Zegedi area. Because measurements were not always exact, at one point, some land even changed again. Some areas went to Sierra Leone, while others were exchanged between Liberia and Guinea. Between 1926 and 1929, another group carefully surveyed and marked the boundary again. They wrote down everything they agreed on, but surprisingly, all their work was never put into one final official treaty. There was always confusion because some rivers had different names, some places had similar names, and people could not always agree whether the boundary should follow the middle of the river or the side of the river. So after World War II, French Guinea later became independent in 1958, and it became the country we now call Guinea. Today, the boundary between Liberia and Guinea is about 350 miles long, and it mostly follows the banks of the rivers like the Makona River, I don't know what the name is correct. I will correctly say it, the Niadar and the Mani. And in some places, the straight line marked by pillars or monuments, as you can see here. For example, the boundary started at the point where Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone meet. Then it follows the Makona River upward. It continues along the rivers and sometimes straight lines until it reaches important landmarks like hills, river sources, and boundary markers. So the Liberia-Guinea border is like a long line that was first drawn on paper, then it changed to follow real rivers and land, and finally marked with signs and pillars so people could see it clearly. Even today, some parts can still be confusing, but the goal has always been the same. So this is exactly what the story in the document is saying. Most of you who requested the document, if you look at the story in the document, this is it. This is what happened. So that tells you the understanding still as to whether the boundary should be in the middle of the river or on the bank of the river. It is still being argued. So, we are happy from Monrovia Insight to share with you this piece of story. And I think it is clear enough for any other person to be able to understand it. Hope we did our best. Thank you. Please follow Monrovia Insight for more.
Kapao, kapao, kapao.
Somebody stole the officer. They are choking the officer. They are stoning the officer. You pass. They are choking the officer. I don't know where I go. Don't shoot me. I don't know where. I don't know. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. No, I don't shoot. I don't shoot where. Yeah. Why you don't shoot me? I don't shoot right there. I throw my guns and shoot me. No, I'll tell the police about something. No, I saw you the camera on them. I'll clean my work. You shoot me the last one you see all yeah? You shoot me on the last one in Jana. I'll shoot you when you want to shoot me there, yeah? So you see what happened between us and the police not too long. To the interaction. Okay. One person in a row. See. Shot somebody stole the officer. They are choking the officer. They are stoning the officer. You pass. They are choking the officer. I don't know where I go. Don't shoot me. I don't know where. I don't know. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. No, I don't shoot. I don't shoot where. Yeah. Why you don't shoot me? I don't shoot right there. I throw my guns and shoot me. No, I'll tell the police about something. No, I saw you the camera on them. I'll clean my work. You shoot me on the last one you see all yeah? You shoot me on the last one in Jana. I'll shoot you when you want to shoot me there, yeah? So you see what happened between us and the police not too long. To the interaction. Moment, and I got mommy, never got breakfast. Hey,
Working folks in Radio Land, the time is roughly 11 minutes after 2 a.m. in our capital city, Monrovia. And again, it's good to be here this morning fighting crime with all of you guys within the 15 counties. And that means say good morning to all of you from the 15 county this morning. This is Crime Stoppers Liberia in collaboration with Kapao. Kapao Secure Liberia on Freedom 87.9 FM. The radio service of Freedom Communications Incorporated. And to inform all of you, many of you want to know where we are situated. We are situated between McDonald Clay Street, Central Monrovia. It's where I, Winston Hammond, is anchoring from. And if you're out there this morning, from the end of the John Security, I'd like to say good morning to the entire John Security of Liberia. Good morning to all of our partners in progress, United Nations, ECOWAS, AU, the EU, the American people. The Manorian, good morning to all of you. And let me say good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. Good morning to all of our crime fighting groups within Liberia. Good morning to the guys from Kapao Rescue and Kapao team, Kapao Secure Liberia team, the women department. Good morning to all of you. Good morning to the men department, all of the agents of Kapao Secure and Kapao Rescue team. Good morning to all of you. Good morning to all of our community watch teams. They are buttressing the effort of state security in terms of fighting crimes. What are they doing? They are stationed in their communities, making sure they help curtail criminal activities from their communities. And let me applaud them this morning on this platform. They are doing extremely well for their communities, especially guys from the Caldwell, New Georgia belt. Jomo Carter and his team, they are out this morning, but Jomo Carter is not feeling too well, and I want to wish him speedy recovery. I pray that God will touch him this morning with his healing hand so that he gets back on his feet. Let me say good morning to the entire team there in Caldwell, New Georgia this morning by purchasing the police effort in terms of fighting crimes. I appreciate you guys. I commend you guys so much. And let me say good morning to the guys. Hey, 30,000 from 0.4. 30,000 your team. Good morning to you guys. Mame Soman from Baba Garage, good morning to you also. The guys from the Taylor Mayor compound, they are also fighting against crimes. Good morning to you also. Your community watching that are currently there. Good morning to you. Makawe Pape, good morning to you also. And let me say good morning to the guys from Thumbs Up, the guys from District number 10, Tatan. They are also out helping their people at this hour to curtail criminal activities from their communities. We highly appreciate them also. The guys from Plonko, are you guys out this morning? If you guys are out, if you guys are surely out, I would like for you guys to call this morning. I'm getting report the community watch team been dissolved. You guys have abandoned the community. There's no community watch team. But somebody is telling me you guys stay existing. So I don't want to believe that, or I will believe that if you guys call this morning from Plonko. And I'm talking about the hurricane from Plonko, you guys should call. And let me say good morning to the guys from Keba Banners here also. Sometimes they are out, sometimes it doesn't come out. We need to be very active, like the guys from Caldwell, New Jersey. We need to be active. So let me say good morning to all of you this morning under my voice. And also the guys from Slipway are getting report that the people that live beyond Rose Garden, they are not feeding you people present. Those that live behind Rose Garden, they came to me, they said, Mr. Hammond, you always praising these guys from Slipway, Crown Hill, the community watch team. We are not feeding the persons. We don't know what a community watch team ever exists in Slipway and Crown Hill. So you guys, the commander from that Slipway, Crown Hill watch team, I need to hear from you guys this morning, because we can be praising you guys, community guys on the platform, and you guys are not working in the interest of the people or in the interest of certain people. When you are a watch team, you should be there for everybody. You should be there for everybody. Yes, seriously. So if you find the broadcast this morning, I hope you guys will call this morning. Let me hear from you guys what is unfolding from your end. And let me say good morning to all of the community watch team, the community watch forum in the Liberia counties. Let me say good morning to you guys. You guys are very important people in the county. Like one of the guys were able to rescue Benu Anderson last night in Wami County. And I hope you guys will call this morning to give me an update of that situation that took place yesterday morning in Bombing with Benu and her former boyfriend. I hope to hear from you guys with an update coming from there. And let me say good morning to Mr. Riley P, Marvis O. Davis, Jebe Kelly. Good morning to all of you, Marian Pearson. Good morning to all of you, Ma Rebecca Sambi, spiritual mother. Good morning to you. And let me say good morning to Master Enos Johnson. Good morning to Genevieve Nao, Catherine B. Swan. Good morning to you. Good morning to the chairman of the Mother Union of Kapao, Mr. Antonio Law, Mr. Hector. Good morning to you. This guy always shying away from the program here. I sometimes ask myself whether this guy really know the end of Kapao, because sometimes he don't really. Now sometimes he hardly call to speak on issue affecting the Mother Union. As a chairman,